Hello everyone and welcome to Jerry Stamps. I hope you've got your passports ready because we're going to have a quick trip around the world. So let's see what I've been up to. Now the first country we come to is Abu Dhabi, but I don't have any of those. So what I'm going to do now is I won't show you the countries I don't have and sort of bore you with those. I'll just show you the countries I do have and the stamps that I have for those countries. So the first country we come to is Aden, and these stamps are from 1939, and it's quite a nice 1.5 A there. I'm not sure what the currency is there actually. That's quite nice. Then I have the 2.5 as well, and then I have the 2 rupee one, which is quite nice. Moving down, I have this rather nice one from 1951 for the 20-cent overprint. That's quite nice. Moving down a bit more, and we're up to 1953. I have the 10-cent there, which is one of my favourites. Do like that stamp for the camels. And then we have this one with the crater on the 15-cent. On this one, it's a map of the of Aden, where it is and all that kind of thing. That's quite nice. And then this one is a picture of the salt works in Aden on the 70-cent. On the 1 shilling, this is a dhow, which is a type of boat. So the stamp is showing dhow building. So that's quite nice. And this is the 1 shilling 25 cent. It does show some boats, but you can't see it very well. And then this is the 25 cent. This shows a mosque. So that's those. Those are quite nice. The next country we come to is Afghanistan. This one's 1984. And it's of a seller, and the camel is quite packed up there with goods and things. So that's quite nice. I do like that. Oops, sorry for the shaking camera there. Now we're at Ajman. This stamp is from 1965, and it's showing the 1964 Olympics there. So I do like that. And that's on the 50 NP. I'm not sure what the currency is. And then this one from 1971. This is from the Scouts Jamboree, I believe. And this is a Scottish one. So that's quite nice. And then these are showing military uniform. These are from 1972. And they're 1 rivel. So those are quite nice. The next country is Algeria. This stamp is from 1926. I think it's some sort of tax stamp or postage due, something like that. And it's a 1 cent, and it's mint too, so I do like that. Moving down, these are from 1942. Again, both stamps are mint. This is the 1 franc 50. That one's a 4 franc 50. The next 2 are from 1947, and that's a 4 franc 50, and this one's an 8 franc. Do like those. Moving down a bit again, we're up to 1950 now, and this stamp is a 20 franc, and it's showing grapes, and that's a nice stamp. They look quite good to eat as well, don't they? And then the last stamp on this page is from 1975. This is a 10 cent, and that's quite nice. I'm not sure what it's depicting there, but quite a nice stamp. Next country is Angola. That's a nice 6 centavos. Do like that. That's mint. Not sure what year that's from. I've stuck it there and forgot to stick it in properly, but never mind. The next stamp is from 1953. And that's showing a leopard. I do like that, and that's a 5 cent. Moving down to 1955. This is a $4, I think it is, or something, I'm not too sure. But that's quite nice with a map on it. Moving down a little bit more, this is 1957, 5 cent. And I do quite like that stamp. It's one of my favourites from Angola, along with the map. Another favourite country of mine is Antigua. And this one's from 1938. This is the half D green. And that's a view of English Harbour. Do like that stamp. Moving down, these are from 1953. We have the half cent here from Port James. That's quite nice. And then the 1 cent from English Harbour. The very nice 3 cent yellow there, showing Nelson's Dockyard. The 24 cent and St John's Harbour. So those are quite nice. If we move down a little bit more, we're up to 1966. And we have a half cent Antigua stamp here showing Churchill and the Queen. A half cent stamp there showing the Queen. That's got the Queen's face on it. And that's Nelson's Dockyard. And then this is another favourite of mine. The 10 cent Princess Margaret School. Do like that. And then the last one on this page is the 1970 half cent Carib, Indian and War Canoe, which I do quite like that. It's a nice stamp, that. Moving on, then we're up to Argentina, or the Argentine Republic. And this stamp is from 1935. It's a 5 cent. And it's quite a nice stamp. It's got a Moreno on it. Do you like that? The next one is from 1936, and it's a 30 cent. And it's a type of sheep called a lanus. So I do like that. Moving down. This is from 1959. It's a 10 cent, and it's showing a caiman, which I believe is a type of crocodile or alligator, whatever you want to call it. So that's those. That's all I have on that page. The next country is Ascension. These stamps are from 1986. And if we go a little bit closer, we can see that this one is a HMS Trinculo, I think that says, on the 4 pence stamp. Next one is 5 pence. HMS Darling, I think that is, or Daring, HMS Daring. That's quite nice. And then that one there, the 9p. That's HMS Theus. So those are quite nice stamps. I do like those. Moving down, we're up to 1963 now with it. Excuse me, with this stamp. And yes, I know it's on paper, but I quite like the postmark, so I'm going to keep it like that and just trim it around so it looks a bit neater. But that's quite nice. Why have I put a 1D when it's a 2D? I'll have to correct that. And moving down, these are from 1969. Or a fish. And we have a 4D there of a saltfish. That's quite nice. Do like that. And then we have the 6D, and this fish is called Old Wife. I don't think my wife would be too impressed if I showed her that and said, that's you. So that's on the 6D. I don't think I get my my tea or my dinner or whatever you will call it where you are. And then the 1 shilling 6, that's a yellowtail. It's quite nice. And then this one I do quite like because it's got a nice postmark on it. And that's a fish called a jack. And that's the 2 shilling 11, and that's quite nice. So that's that page. Now we're coming up to some of my favourite stamps. And this is the Australian Antarctic Territory. And I'm quite happy to say that I do have number 1. So that's the 2 shilling there. It's quite a nice stamp, and it's got a nice postmark on it there, Sydney. New South Wales, Australia, so I do like that. The next one down is from 1961, and this is a 5D stamp. And that's the first attainment of magnetic pole. Do like that one too. If I move down a little bit more, this is from 1979, 55 cent. And that's the 50th anniversary of the first flight over South Pole. It's quite nice there with the aeroplane and the, assuming that's the pilot. That's quite nice. These are from 1979. These depict ships in various shapes and sizes. And this is the 2 cent. And that's RY Panola. The next one is a 15 cent. And that's SY Nimrod. Excuse me, I don't know what the SY means. And then we have RRS Discovery 2 on the 20 cent. That's quite nice. And then we have the 40 cent MS Kistadan. Quite a nice stamp. Moving down a little bit more, we're up to 1984 now. And then we have the 27 cent and a 75 cent. And these both depict the Sir Douglas Mawson centenary of 1982. Those are quite nice stamps. 1983 now. And these next 4 stamps are all 27 cent. And they depict animals. So here we have the some rather nice birds there. The elephant seals. The royal penguins. And what's that? An Antarctic tern. So those are quite nice. This stamp is from 1983. 27 cent. And that's the 12th Antarctic Treaty. So I do like that. 1984. We have both these stamps, this one being the 30 cent. And that one the 85 cent, obviously. Those are quite nice. Moving down, we have various scenes now. And these are from 1984. So the 2 cent has got the summer afternoon on it, which looks quite nice. The 10 cent has the evening late summer. Do like that stamp. The 15 cent has Prince Charles Mountains. Quite a nice stamp, I do like that. Moving down on the 33 cent. This is Iceberg Alley. The 36 cent, Evening Early Winter. It's quite a nice sort of pinkishy colour there. I do like that. The 85 cent, this is the Landing Field. And finally on the $1, those are Emperor Penguins. And who doesn't like Emperor Penguins? On to the next page, and this is 1991. We have this rather nice stamp here, the $1.20. I do like that. Moving down, 1992. And we have the 45 cent there. With a, is that a Adelie penguin or something? I'm sorry, I can't quite see that. That's quite nice. And then on the $1.20, we have a couple of Emperor penguins there with their chicks. That's quite a nice stamp. And then on this one, 1994, we have this rather nice picture of a husky, or the last huskies, this one's called. It's 45 cent. I do like that. I know somebody else that quite likes that stamp who might be watching. And then 1995, have these rather nice stamps here. One of a minke whale there on the 45 cent. That's quite nice. And that's a killer whale there, the $1. Some people also know them as orcas too. So that's quite nice. 1996. It's quite a nice one, the 45 cent. What's that? Rafting sea ice, I think that says. Another one there on the 45 cent. shadow on the plateau. It's quite a nice stamp, I do like that. And then the 12 Lake on the $1.20. That's quite a nice stamp. So that's those. And now we're up to Austria. And this stamp is from 1908, the 10H. That's quite nice. The next one is 1916, with the 3H there. This one's the 1920. That's quite nice. $19.25 there with the 15G. Not too sure what the G is, but never mind. This one's from 1945. I do quite like that one. Now, if you're wondering why some of them are missing their little labels, it's because I had a bit of trouble with my wife this morning when I first tried making a video, but I couldn't do it because the heat in here was just unbearable and my phone wouldn't let me do it. It kept on overheating. So apologies for the late video, and that's why. It's because my wife was being quite difficult this morning, unfortunately, and also the heat in here was quite bad. I'm in the conservatory and the door was shut. I forgot to open it, and yeah, it was very hot in here, and my phone didn't like it. So now, what time is it now? 20 to 5 in the afternoon, and the temperature has gone right down now because the door's open. So it's more pleasant. Anyway, enough of my waffling. These are from 1948. And if you collect Austrian stamps or you've seen them before, you know these are quite common. Just move that out of the way. It's still a bit warm in here, so these are beginning to crinkle a little bit, unfortunately. But I'm not going to be in here for much longer. Those are quite nice. I do like that set. So that's those. Oh, moving on a bit. Yeah, I do like those. This one's from 1956. That's quite nice. The 2S40. 1957 now, and these ones are called Buildings, the set. For obvious reasons, I suppose. I do like that 150 one there, because that's got a nice postmark on it. And so does that 180. I will possibly soak that, or I might just trim round it, because I do like to have the postmarks on the stamps if possible. Just my own personal taste. So those are quite nice. These next two are from 1973. Those are quite nice. We have the 1S and the 250S. I'm not too sure what the currency is there, but I do like those two. 1977. That's quite a nice stamp there. 1984. Some more buildings there. 1990 for that one. It's quite a nice stamp. And then the last but not least, these ones are from 1993. And these are different abbeys and things like that, cathedrals and stuff. Those are quite nice. These are another one of my favourite sets that I've seen so far. So that's that page. And that's it, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed a little tour around some parts of the world. I am going to continue filling in the album and filling it out. So when I come back with a new video, hopefully I'll have a lot more stamps and probably some more countries for you to see. And I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do consider subscribing. Please do leave comments and likes, and I shall see you all next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.